President Trump meeting with Russian President Vladimir Putin at the G20 summit today. It's their first meeting since a federal investigation determined Russia made extensive efforts to meddle in the 2016 U.S. presidential election. Putin has denied the charge. The president addressed it today with reporters. Of course I will, and then turns to Putin and says, don't meddle. Let's bring in James Carafano of the Heritage Foundation. All right, James, let's begin with Russia, since we're talking about that. Telling Russia, don't meddle in our elections, you can say whatever you want. They're going to do whatever they're going to do, right? I mean, this is all just lip service.
Right. Look, Trump's playing the long game with Russia, and that's why he repeatedly meets with Putin, and he's done this with China, with North Korea, and Iran, which is, look, there's an off-ramp here. I'm not going to let you meddle with U.S. interests. I'm going to push back. And we've done that with Russia in a number of spheres. But it's when you stop and recognize U.S. interests, you know, we can figure out how to get along. And so he repeats that message every time he meets with Putin.
I want to get into China because we just have a couple more minutes. I get the feeling, and I hate to use this expression, it's going to be a one big nothing burger with a side of nothing, because I feel like the Chinese are coming in hard. The president, we know he negotiates very strongly, and I feel like they'll agree to disagree. What say you?
I think that's a really fair assessment. Look, well, you stole my line, you know.
Oh, sorry.
There's a very there's a very limited men here. I think we're going to one of two end states here, and it's not going to happen here. Is we're either going to kind of have a global timeout and they'll just push things off to after the election and pick back up again, or they'll melt into some kind of interim deal. We're probably not going to have that big point. I mean, the Chinese ask of just let us flood your country with Huawei products. That ain't going to happen. So I'm with you. I think this is just a small step, and then we'll see what happens. But I'm not sure we can predict. It's either an interim deal or no deal.
Well, and also, look, Donald Trump has kind of, from the very beginning, put out exactly how he's going to handle these issues. Right. It's America first. China has been trying to get his head around it. And I do think that Xi himself is under a lot of pressure because the Chinese economy is hurting a lot more than the U.S. economy.
Yeah, look, I don't do politics, but I thought it's really interesting that we've been through two Democratic debates now, and literally all the candidates have said, yes, China is a big problem. And really what Trump is he represents on China, and Russia for that matter, is a bipartisan consensus that Americans on both sides of the aisle really get that these two guys are the chief destabilizing forces in the world, and the only way you can deal with them is to stand up to them.
That's exactly. I'm sorry I stole your nothing burger. It's an old expression. Don't even really like it, but I guess it says what it says.
No, I think I invented it, really. I should have trademarked it when I had the chance.
You should have done that. Patent it. All right, James Carafano, great stuff. Thank you.
Thank you.
No, burger sounds good for